If you haven't heard, Tenet Media has been indicted by the Department of Justice for peddling Russian propaganda. Let's hear one of their guys, Matt, tell us the story.
And this is breaking to me at about noon today, so I've had time to go over it a little bit, but this is not an area of legal expertise for me, and all the appropriate qualifiers about how I'm not necessarily the guy most qualified to analyze this. But the allegations generally are this: that the source of the funding comes from two Russian nationals who are connected to RT, as in Russia Today, the Russian state media outlet. These Russian nationals supposedly laundered money to conceal payments to the company that is Tenet Media for the purpose of a Russian propaganda operation or some kind of Russian lobbying. So the crimes alleged, number one, would be money laundering in that pursuit, and number two would be failing to register as foreign agents. It's okay, I have a relationship with Lauren and Liam and Tenet. As far as where their business gets its money, that is not my day-to-day operation. I provide content for them under the terms of a contract, and as long as they don't tell me what to do, we see eye to eye.
I don't want to make you disparage anyone at Tenet, or especially if you're personal friends, but have you, over the last few hours, suspected this could have been a setup the entire time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They clearly had spies in our Discord server. I'm in the Tenet Discord server, but I don't think it was subpoenaed, and I never received any kind of warrants or anything like that. So clearly they're looking at everyone's communication, but the allegation here is that there was some level of deception between Liam and Lauren, the founders of the company, and the commentators that they contracted. So the allegation is not just that Russian operatives were taking this money from the Russian government through RT, laundering it, and sending it to Tenet Media to conceal it for the purposes of Russian propaganda. And I can tell you from my own personal experience that neither of them ever said anything deceptive. They never lied to me. They never made commitments to me that they didn't honor. They never told me what to say. There's no deception that they're alleging here. From my experience, though, again, they're not saying that I'm the party who was deceived. The only time that I come up in the indictment is when I'm referenced as Commentator 6. Commentator 6, me, posted a video announcing the launch of the company. Again, this is November last year. In the video, he said, this is a project of founder 1 and 2, Lauren and Liam, who are trying to build a new platform for independent media. Why is that included in the indictment? I don't know. That's true. I did say that. What relevance is that to anything? But that is the only time that I am referenced in the indictment itself. The nature of the crime alleged here is not just that money was moved in ways that the feds don't like. It's that money was moved in ways that the feds don't like in pursuit of an influence campaign.
It's there's not a conversation at the end of this shitty rainbow here. Somebody out there just wants to make sure that people have very tightly packaged things to throw at people that they've been taught to hate. You have 5 or 6 really recognizable names in alternative media who on their own do so far better than what they were getting on Tenet exclusively, are now just lumped in with, this ghostly $10 million of Russian rubles. And it's just now an indictment again of new media, which of course follows that daisy chain of indictments right up the ladder again. It's just, if Trump wins, it's Putin's will. Anybody who likes Trump is
it's all Tenet Media's accomplishment. They did it.
For me, just being on the outside looking into this, it's just another big reminder to me. Don't join clubs. Don't join networks, no matter who the hell it is. Ladies and gentlemen, just joining the Knights of Columbus is fine. But in media, you don't need networks. You don't need record labels anymore. And this is just why you just can't predict something like this from happening.
At the same time, though, when we all stay apart, the easier we are to axe. What a black pill. What discouragement,
I know. But, at the same time, it is a black pill because, even if you have friends and you really do believe in their good intentions, that just went south. Or again, the trail of money, I still don't understand there. I mean, somewhere those good intentions were, there was a poison pill that was put in there somewhere. It's a cautionary tale about independent media. I would just say that anybody out there, if you like somebody like Matt, support them directly. because I think that the waters that we are sailing right now, no matter how good your relationships are with people at Tenet and where it all went wrong and how it how it was the well was poisoned somewhere along the line, we are in an area of time now where if you have a good product and you know how to brand yourself well and you work consistently, then you really should just dedicate yourself to independence. We don't need networks. We don't need. It's too easy to attack groups of people at once. If you all get together in a network, be an individual. You don't need record labels anymore. If you're a musician, just be crafty and be committed to your craft. And I think you're gonna do fine.
I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to keep making streams. All I want to do is talk about things that I think are important to the country and be able to take care of my family while I do it. So if this was some big propaganda op, phenomenally bad job. I guess if you think that pro-America is pro-Putin, and when I say that, I mean like core constitutional, foundational, Declaration of Independence type stuff. So, yeah, I guess if that aligns with Putin, then I've been had.
And to say that there is no influence in that, like Frank even says it here. He's like, Tenet Media wasn't doing you any good. You were doing better by yourself. Yeah, and Tenet Media didn't care and knew that, and we're never going to make that $10 million back. They're saying, here's $10 million for advertising, so you could push, advertise, and put it in the mainstream. They kept them mainstream with that $10 million, except for we just still decided to call it independent media. This is just brand name talking heads that told you they were independent while still getting millions of dollars from people who have a narrative to push.